It's that time again. Save money now and buy these Nintendo Switch games before it's too late. I have years of experience buying games at the end of past console generations for cheap prices, and now some of them are worth hundreds, if not thousands. So I've spent hours going through the full Switch catalogue to let you know which games I feel will go up in value and the reasons why. Stick around until near the end of the video, as I've included a bonus item that isn't quite a game, but it's something you need to act on now and collect while the time is right. I want to thank everyone that watched the previous video in the series. Your support means a lot. We're building a great community, and I can't thank you all enough. Okay, let's get to the games. Tyal Warriors Definitive Edition. Yes, first up today we have another Nintendo published title, and you know the deal, that means they're going to hold value. But Tyal Warriors Definitive Edition did seem to have a low print run. Its price is already starting to rise, and I can't see them reprinting this one in the future. It's definitely one to pick up now. Tying the Warrior series in with Zelda, you can only have one outcome. This will be collectible in the future. Disaster Report 4 Summer Memories. This game is published by NIS. We haven't talked about them so much yet in this series, but they're going to be coming up a heck of a lot. NIS games always hold their value. They meet a specific niche and have dedicated fan bases for their games. This one can be picked up at around £30 at the moment in the UK, and I would urge anyone that can to pick it up at that price. This one, I feel, could be a hidden treasure for sure. Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters. Okay, so this isn't a one-off game. This is a collection from Square Enix of the Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters. There was a release in the West from Square Enix, but it sold out immediately. The good news is you can still pick up the Asian version of this. It comes with English on the cover, and it plays in English as well due to the region-free nature of the Switch. This is already finding its mark as an expensive game on the aftermarket. If you can pick this up, I would urge to do so now. As well as being a collectible item for your shelf, this is just one of the best collections of games in total on the Switch. Final Fantasy 1 to 6 anywhere you go in handheld. Ys 8 Lacosa of Dana. This series, the Ys series, tends to be one that holds its value really well. If you try to pick up prior titles in this series, you'll see that they are quite expensive. There was a collector's edition for Lacosa of Dana, and it, I think, is probably beyond the range of a lot of people watching this video. It's up in the hundreds and hundreds of dollars or pounds at the moment, but you can still pick up the single normal edition of this game, and I think it's a good time to do so. Going into the next generation of Switch 2, or whatever it happens to be called, some of these games are going to start to become very desirable, and I do think that Ys games tend to hold their value, so this will probably be one of them. One of the things you will find as we go through this series is that a lot of JRPGs tend to be the best games for keeping their value high into the next generation. This is because they have dedicated fan bases, they are still relatively niche, and once people buy these games, they don't want to give them up and sell them again, so it makes it harder to get them on that second-hand market. And as well as the value that you may get here in the future, you are genuinely getting a great game. Lacosa of Dana takes place on a kind of deserted island. There is a mystery aspect to it, and it's a really fun time. But if you can pick up any of the games in the series, I'd say it's a good bet. Dark Souls. So Dark Souls, I think, is a good one to pick up on Switch for a couple of different reasons. One, Souls fans are a dedicated, hardcore fan base. There'll always be a market out there for them buying games on this system. And I think it's because it is on Switch that is going to make this one valuable. It's the only Souls game so far that has appeared on a Nintendo console. And at the moment, you won't have to spend a massive amount of money on this but I do feel like it has the potential to rise in value in the future. Prepare to die. Mario Kart 8. Now, most of you are wondering probably why I'm advising Mario Kart 8. Everyone's got that. There's a million copies of it printed, and you would be right. But there is a brand new version of Mario Kart 8 that has come out in Japan. This includes the DLC packs. Unfortunately, it doesn't include every single DLC pack though. It has packs 1 to 5 on the cartridge. You will get a download code that you can use when pack 6 comes out, but unfortunately I don't think we're ever going to get that on a physical format. This is your next best thing. Attack on Titan 2 Final Battle. Okay, this one is already expensive, I'll give you that. It's time to really get on this one now. They have done a reprint in the past for this, and I'm not sure it's going to get another reprint. The Attack on Titan series hits all the key things that we're looking at. It's a beloved franchise. It's already showing that it can hold and rise in value, and it is genuinely just a good game. It's time to get on this one now because I don't think any more reprints are coming. And much like our last episode, we are finishing this video off with a bonus item. I always try to recommend a physical item outside of a video game at the end that's something to do with Switch that I think will rise up in value. And in this episode, we are going to be looking at the Nintendo Online controllers. So the NES, the SNES, the N64 controllers, and there's also a Genesis or Mega Drive controller depending on which region you are in. These are limited. I think some of them have sold out in different regions, but some of them you can still pick up. But I don't think these are going to be something that are around for a long time. So it may be wise to get on them now and get these items while you can. They're fun little collector's pieces. I personally have all of these, and I don't really use them to play eShop titles or digital games, but I do love having them in the collection. Particularly the re-release of the N64 controller. I never thought in the year 2023 I would be able to hold a brand new Nintendo 64 controller in my hand, but here we are. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate everyone that supported the last video, and I appreciate all you guys that are supporting this video. Drop a like or a comment about what games you'd like to see in the future, and I will see you guys in the next one.